Well, hello, good morning and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second part of Vientiane. The first part you can watch in the top right of your screen now. There's quite a lot to see here, so that's why I'm making two videos. And in this one I'm going to be showing you sites outside of the city centre. So part one shows you sites within the city centre, this one outside. And we're going to start here with this beautiful golden stupa. This is Pha That Luang, and it's very, very important to Laotian people. It's the most religious site here. So we'll be visiting this straight away after I've stopped talking. And we're also going to be visiting a few museums along the main road here, Route 13. One's the National Museum, and one's all about the first Prime Minister. And the other one is a really good army museum. So as well as those and this, we'll also visit hopefully the Lao Brewery, which is near the Mekong River where the border runs with Thailand, and also end this video at a Buddha sculpture park. So without further ado, let's get going and see the sights. So the price for foreigner is 30,000 kip, and this is the main entrance here. So what I'll do is I'll tell you some of the history of this stupa as we're walking around. Pha That Luang, as I said, is the most important religious site in Laos and a symbol of Laotian national identity. Its image appears on banknotes as well as on the national seal used to endorse official documents. Its history is a bit of a mystery. A religious monument of some kind has existed on this site for a pretty long time. It's believed that Buddhist missionaries were sent here by Emperor Ashoka in India in the 3rd century BC in order to enshrine a sacred relic believed to be a breastbone of the Buddha in the stupa. The stupa was then rebuilt by the Khmers in the 13th century, but this then fell into ruin. The stupa in its current form was created by the Laotian king Settatirat in the late 1560s when he decided to make Vientiane the capital of Laos instead of the more remote Luang Prabang. The construction of Pha That Luang, which roughly means Great Stupa, was intended to improve the standing of the city, and also some historians speculate that the intention was to construct a monument to rival the Great Stupa of Chiang Mai, which was at that time the capital of the rival Lana Kingdom. Pha That Luang was destroyed by the Thai invasion in 1828, which left it heavily damaged and abandoned. It was not until 1900 that the French restored it to its original design, based on detailed drawings from 1867 by the French architect and explorer Louis Delaporte. However, the first attempt to restore it was unsuccessful, and it had to be redesigned and then reconstructed in the 1930s. During the Franco-Thai War, it was heavily damaged during a Thai air raid, and it was later reconstructed after World War II. Whatever the ancient history of the site is, Pha That Luang is an impressive structure, with a base measuring 68 metres by 69 metres, and a stupa rising 45 metres high. The structure has 3 levels. The first level is a base topped with 30 smaller stupas, each bearing a gold plate with an inscription relating to the 4 noble truths of the Buddhist faith. The second level is a carved dome topped by leaves of a lotus flower, and the third level is a tower ending in a sharp point. Only the pinnacle is covered in real gold. The remainder of the stupa is covered a gold colour. I'll say next stop is this army museum. Now the last time I came here there were some outdoor exhibits and the main building I don't think was open, but since then they've built this sort of hangar here to cover these aircraft and helicopter, and the main building looks like it's had a Nice coat of paint as well. So let's take a look around, see what's inside. And in communist countries you always see these multiple statues of soldiers and fighters fighting for freedom in the cause of victory. So yes, just said to, I was going to call her a girl, but she's not a girl, she's a soldier, so I'm not going to call her a girl. An army lady, there you go. And just said that the last time I came here, the inside of the museum wasn't open. So I'm really happy that it is now. It looks like they've done a really nice job of it. And behind the main museum building they've got more outdoor exhibits here, so just open the back door to the museum and then you've got all access to this, including an American chopper over there. I wonder if this was captured during the Vietnam War or something. Okay, so this is a museum all about Laos' first president. We've got some wonderful Soviet-style statues here, and in fact I'm actually with a Russian guy who's been cycling through Laos and other countries, and I've just said I wondered if they copied the bodies from Soviet statues and shipped them over to Laos and just changed the faces to be Asian faces, to be Lao faces. But if you want to see more like this, really, really big statues, very Soviet, communist statues, then why not check out my videos for North Korea? You can find those in the playlist. I'll put a link up. But these are very, very similar to those. Okay, so I've now come to the COPE Visitor Centre, and I'll put up what COPE stands for up on the screen. But basically, Laos was the most bombed country on the planet during the Vietnam War, and it's said that every 8 minutes one US B-52 dropped its cargo of bombs, and many of those remain unexploded in the ground. And what happens is that people, and especially children, discover them, and of course then they go off, they explode. So I think what this organisation does is help people who have had serious injuries with unexploded bombs that do go off, helps them rehabilitate. Okay, so we've come about 10 kilometers south of the city centre to this. This is part of the old Vientiane wall that was built around 1560, and it's the third wall I think it was the outermost wall to try and defend the city from the Siamese back in the day, and there's remnants here of it, so we'll take a look around. So here they've done a reconstruction of what they believe it would have once looked like, and we've got some goats. Got one there and one just there. So this part, which is protected by a roof, has been cleared of the vegetation. Patched up, I think, a little bit. So right on the main road where you park and enter into the compound for the old wall, they've got this pavilion building here detailing the history and some information of where it once encircled the city. So I don't really know where we are on this map. That's where Vientiane's walls once were. So I've now come down about 3-4 kilometres from the wall near the border bridge, and this is the main headquarters for the Lao Brewery. And you're supposed to be able to go into a little museum and a shop, but I've just asked and they seem to say it's closed today, even though it's Friday, and it should be open between Monday and Friday. So I don't really know what's going on. Okay, so this is the final stop on this video, and this is the Buddha Park. We're about 25 kilometers southeast of Vientiane city, and it was created back in the 50s, I think, by a chap whose name I'll put up on the screen because I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name. But he created all of this. There's meant to be some 200 Buddhist and Hindu sculptures here in the park. But in 1975 he fled to Thailand in fear of the Pha That Luang and what they would do to both him and the park. So when he got to Thailand, to Nong Khai on the other side of the Mekong River from here, he created another park, another Buddhist park, which I've been round, so I'll show you a few photos from there as well. But I've never been to this one, so if it's anything like the one in Thailand, it's very, very good. So let's take a look around and see what there is. Well, the first thing to comment on is that it's a lot more expensive on this side of the river. It's 60,000 baht, which at the moment is 60,000 kip, which at the moment is about 100 baht. I think 4 years ago when I was on the other park, it was something like 30-40 baht. And there's a lot of people here, a lot of Chinese. And here we got one that's fallen over. This will be a very auspicious sign back in Thailand if something like this happened. And then the main sculpture here is this huge reclining Buddha statue. And they've got more statues that have come down here. I wonder if it's the bad weather that we had this wet season. Or maybe they just haven't been maintained properly. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.